Alright, so it looks like we're just fixing up a couple of things for Jazbas here. His stable table is not so stable, and just sort of moving the monitor into position there, just making sure it's all good. Perhaps he needs that ruler that Flash has to measure out what he's got going on. I think, who have we got on the handy cam there? It's, whoever it is, you're doing an awesome job. Let's give a quick look at what's going on here. Just having a look at those replays there. Looks like the players just making sure they can have a quick check of what they saw in that previous game. There's Pet. Looks a little bit scared. What's going on? He has no idea, so we're going to get a hand shot of him. We're going to see how those hands go. Of course, if you want to see that little stream that we've got going with the players and with the handy cam, you can jump over to that Ustream link that I just posted. That's where you can see just you know, a little bit of inside the action there between these players. And we'll get going very soon. Of course, it is a pick for Petraeus for the map. You'll have to pick which one we're going to go to next. The map pool comprises of Daybreak, Entombed, Ohana, Cloud, and Antigua as well. So we may go to one of those in just a jiffy. In fact, we certainly will. Okay, so we are currently at 1-1 here for the Barcraft New Zealand finals for Season 1. We'll have to see how these guys go, because it's been an interesting season. They've come up against each other a couple of times. As I mentioned, they've been very high aggression games. There have been a lot of mind games and that kind of thing going on. So, you know, perhaps that will come up again right now. And we're just getting the game all loaded. Okay. Map is going to be Cloud Kingdom. Big pick there from Petraeus, and he is going to be starting up at the top right hand side. Of course, in the yellow, yet again, it is Frenetic Arrays Petraeus. Down in the bottom left hand side, of course, from Team NV, it is Jazbas. Meow, GSL, yeah. Alright, so is my... oh, I have to fix starboard, don't I? Yep. I wish there was like a remote way I could do this like inside the game or something like that. But oh well. Okay. So again, standard sort of Zerg versus Zerg stuff. Would not be surprised to see Petraeus just continue on with his very safe style, grabbing that spawning pool first, then heading down to grab the natural as well. And probably expect that in a couple more drones. There, oh, I was about to say there it is, and that would be slightly earlier than I expected, but just one of the drones doing something a little bit silly there, just sort of backing away, as we can see. Petraeus is just sort of clicking away with his drones there to make sure that they are paired up. Of course, if you can get your drones paired up on these closer mineral patches, it's actually a little bit more efficient for your mining. Just sort of these ones just in here. They're the sort of those optimal ones. I think this one as well. Someone correct me if that last one is right. I'm pretty sure it's something like that. But back at home for Jazbas, he's the one who's going to go for that spawning pool first this time. So sort of switching roles a little bit right now. Petraeus is going to grab his hatchery, and we'll probably see him just grab that spawning pool next up. and we'll just still proceed to see how this game goes. It looks like Jazz is going to head down now and grab his hatchery as well. So, Cloud Kingdom, tend to see one of the games that I actually did a cast off between these two guys was actually on this map, and what we saw was a very interesting fight for the third base. Of course, this base is particularly exposed. Of course, if you've got your hatchery there, you have like a couple of avenues to come from. You can come from this sort of larger ramp here. You can also come in from this side as well. Quite a lot of links. You see run-bys and that kind of stuff. And last time we were on this map with these two players, that was the case. There was quite a lot of aggression. We saw Petraeus went up to Mutalisk and tried to sit down with his sort of 2.5 base Mutalisk play. Like, I don't want to say it was 3 base because the third base was very tenuous. It had minimal drones going and that sort of thing. And ZvZ was the one who was very aggressive with his lings and just continued to put so much pressure on Petraeus that his Mutas were not able to get outside the base. He was able to just continue to put so much pressure on the drones and keep them off the natural mineral line and these kinds of things, and was able to just sort of sit back, get his third base, put some spores up, and they'll be all prepared for the Mutalisk onslaught, which of course then in turn didn't do much. So we'll have to see if that is going to be the case here between these two guys. Of course, Petraeus has done quite a lot of mining there on that gas. He's going to get his metabolic boost going. Almost forgot what it was called there for a second. And back at home for ZvZ, he's doing the same thing. So slightly quicker baling nest here for Petraeus. He's going to make sure that he's all well protected. Again, just making sure you don't want to sort of be caught off guard by quite a lot of lings, because as I said, ZvZ not afraid to do that Jerry build with the hidden lings inside the main, and if you can keep it all just under wraps for a short time, you can come across and perhaps surprise your opponent. As we can see, Petraeus not going to be surprised by it too much. His lings get inside, going to jump on that creep. That's when they get their Nikes on and can run quite a bit faster. He's going to have a quick look to see how much gas is there as well. Just generally get a pretty good scout off here. So he knows that he's in no immediate danger. There's not going to be anything too hardcore right at the start. There aren't, a bunch of hidden lings inside the main. There is no secret roach warren that's about to pop out. So sorry, just reading some of the chat there. Is the starboard alternating? Is that what's going on? I'll fix that. Hang on. So we'll just have a quick look at the Petraeus cam just to see what he's up to. He's currently sitting there with a pretty good drone count. He's up to 32 right now. He's just bouncing around, making sure that he's getting everything looking all good. And hang on, let me just make sure this is all good. There you go. Alright, so I fixed up starboard now. And it looks like just a baneling just trying to wander through here. Meanwhile, he is going to get up the third and fourth gas, so Petraeus is going to be mining away quite heavily. In fact, sorry, that is the second and third gas. He's going to be mining away quite heavily with that. Roach warren being built, Evo chamber as well, forming a nice little wall here, just making sure that this sort of area is not going to be easily sort of run through by lings or anything like that, so that he is all protected with that. Looks like he may head across to try and take his third base as well. Back at home for ZvZ, he got his own roach warren just on the way, a couple of banelings on the ramp protecting that as well. And he also too has quite his the formidable count of gas. 4 extractors up for both players, so they are going to sort of tech into that mid game and get prepared for roach infestor styles. It looks like maybe the play of the day for these guys. Infestation pit for Petraeus just across to the side here. And we've also got a third base for both players now going up. And there are those banelings that I was just trying to mention before. When you're getting this third base, it's always good to just throw down 1, maybe 2 banelings here, just to protect against any sort of ling run-bys that might come along from your opponent. So as we can see, Jazz really wants to go in here and try and take down this hatchery, but if he sends in all those lings and tries to get us around going on this hatch, it's not really going to get too much done. But beautiful micro there from ZvZ. He's able to send off a couple of lings and try and hunt down that one baneling that is remaining here, and if he can get it, he may be able to do a really good job in taking this down, but I don't think he's going to be able to. He does sacrifice a couple more links to take down a few more of those banes. Beautiful micro from both players, really, because we've got Petraeus keeping the banelings out of danger. We've got his own lings doing some damage as well, and also making sure that those banes don't explode on nothing at all. So Really nice. That's one of my favorite parts of watching Zerg versus Zerg, is seeing that kind of stuff. But what may not be the best kind of thing to see for Betrayus is Ling's just busting inside the Bane. No Banes to protect the top of the ramp here, and it looks like a couple of hidden Banes just across to the side cannot be seen by Betrayus. The drones have to transfer down to the natural, and he's going to have to... there is quite a halt on the mining right now, so it looks like the Banelings now coming in from Betrayus, coming in to try and protect. The Roaches should be able to polish off the rest of these, but here come the Banes. Will they be able to catch those drones? They're trying to chase him down towards the nat. Will they get the hit off? Bam! Not too bad at all. Look at that. 16 workers killed in total for ZvZ. That high aggression style getting inside the base there. Worker count currently sitting at 34 for Betrayus to the 43 of ZvZ. So Jazz is in a beautiful position right now, sitting on a grand total of 43 there. He's going to continue with this pressure, getting up 11 roaches. He's got +1 on his roach weapons on the way, along with roach speed. Infestors are about to come out as well. So Betrayus is in this position where he's going to have to say, alright, I'm going to have to get out 6 or 8 drones, I should say, and try and catch up in that drone count just to make sure that I don't fall behind later on in the game. And there is a GG straight up from Betrayus. You can see 11, no, how many is that? That's 15 roaches were on the way. So he has to GG out, and he leaves the game. So that takes us to a lead for ZvZ. We're up to 2-1 in the lead for him, so he's doing quite well. Of course, it is a best of 7, so you do have to win 4 games to win this tournament. Win the that fantastic little trophy that we've got going with the golden mouse, and then of course that the keyboards that are on the side. It looks really cool. I really like that. And then of course there is a giant check as well.